Hey guys, what's up? So finally, I know it's been a long time coming. Again, I'm very sorry. But we're going to do a WWE predictions video for Saturday Night Main Event and for Evolution 2. It's going to be just combined into one video because it's a back-to-back event. And I just thought it was easier to make a whole video together talking about all the predictions instead of me just uploading them separately. Because right now for Saturday Night Main Event, at the time of me filming this on Wednesday, July 9th, there's only 3 matches, but with Friday Night SmackDown coming on, maybe in a few days, maybe there's going to be like 2 more matches announced, who knows. But we have still a good setup for that, and then also Evolution 2, we have a fantastic, perfect match card I could ever ask for. So, let's get into this video. I'm going to stop rambling. Let's go on. We're going to start with Saturday Night Main Event. We're going to go about with the matches again. There's only 3 matches. And in the time span of this video getting uploaded and it being up probably before Friday Night SmackDown, we'll probably get 2 more matches just thrown on the cards. Who knows? Maybe like the tag team titles for SmackDown or like the Raw tag team titles for Judgment Day. Like something like that maybe will be added. Who knows? The first one I'm going to be talking about is LA Knight versus Seth frickin' Rollins, Mr. Money in the Bank. I had a feeling this match was coming because if you've seen what happened at Money in the Bank, how they were like the last 2 people on the ladder fighting for the briefcase. Yeah, I had a feeling this was coming, but I thought for sure, LA Knight was winning that Money in the Bank. But I would love him to have a world title at some point. I mean, LA Knight truly does deserve it, and he works his ass off. Seth has his little faction going on with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and the wise man Paul Heyman. He has all that going on. So if Seth wins, it's going to be because he probably has help and they're most likely going to be there to help Seth in a way. Maybe. Who knows? Seth doesn't really cheat at his matches. And then here's LA Knight not really having anybody. Maybe he'll have CM Punk. Maybe he'll have Jey Uso. But I think Jey Uso is injured, which makes me really, really sad because I love Jey. Or maybe he'll have Cody Rhodes. Who knows? But I really think I'm going to go with LA Knight to win this match. I feel like he needs a 1-up over Seth because this has been going on for weeks, ever since Money in the Bank. And maybe then this could establish that there's going to be an even bigger match with Seth and with LA Knight at some point. Because I think whenever the draft is going to happen, LA Knight is going to be going on to Monday Night Raw. I mean, he's been making more appearances, and I see how the crowd reacts to him when he's on Monday Night Raw. So I think that it's safe to say maybe LA Knight is going to be moved over to Monday Night Raw. That's just a guess. I'm going to go with LA Knight to win for that match. Next, we have Randy Orton versus a returning Drew McIntyre. I know it's been a while since we've seen Drew McIntyre come back to the ring. I'm going to be honest about Drew. A few weeks without Drew McIntyre, SmackDown has been a little bit boring because there's no fire when it comes to Drew McIntyre. I have grown to actually really like Drew over the past few months. Since his match with Damian Priest at WrestleMania, I have really been more and more intrigued into Drew McIntyre, and I think also with the CM Punk storyline, that also established that, oh, Drew McIntyre is not someone to really fuck with. I'm really interested to see how this is going to happen because the way that I like matches to be set up is unpredictable because then I'm like, oh, is Randy Orton going to win? Oh, is Drew McIntyre going to win? I am very, very much for unpredictable results for match cards. And this is absolutely one of them. I would love nothing more for Randy Orton to win, to have a 1-up over Drew McIntyre. I would love nothing more for Drew McIntyre to have a 1-up over Randy Orton. Randy Orton just came off of a huge match with Cody Rhodes for the King of the Ring tournament that they had in Saudi. So I'm very, very interested to see how this is going to come off. Who knows where this could end? I don't feel like this is going to be like their last match. I feel like this could go on to be a huge and big storyline. I have a feeling Drew McIntyre is going to win. I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre to win. I have a feeling that this could be a great 1-up over Randy Orton, and how many people can really say, oh, I've beaten Randy Orton. I feel like they're saving Randy for a huger part in maybe the John Cena storyline, or maybe something with a CM Punk storyline, or something with Cody Rhodes. I don't see him really winning because I feel like there's going to be a bigger opportunity for Randy in the coming few months. But this one particularly, for Drew McIntyre, I have a feeling he is going to win. And now this one is pretty much, I'm sure, is going to be main eventing. We have the Ring General, the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, versus the retiring and last match for Goldberg. This is gonna be fucking interesting. I say that this match is gonna be really fucking interesting because it's a retiring last match for Goldberg versus Gunther, and Gunther's favorite wrestler is Bill Goldberg, and he has said that at the last Atlanta show that they had, which was Bad Blood, like back in October, and Goldberg was there, and Goldberg pretty much just established like what it was, but we were all skeptical of when Goldberg was ever going to be coming back. Little did I know that Goldberg was from Atlanta, so I felt like this being his last match, this last place, is crazy. And it's against the World Heavyweight Champion, which is Gunther, and I see why they took the title off of Jay. Did I like them take the title off of Jay? No. No, I did not. Jay Uso is one of my top favorites for wrestling, and if you've been on my TikTok, then you see my crash out video I made. And yes, it is pretty damn funny if I say so myself. I think it will be an interesting match. I don't think it will be such like a stupid match. It's not going to be a short match. I feel like it's going to be a long match. And maybe that's why they only have 3 match cards on for Saturday Night Main Event. And I feel as that I'm probably going to go with Gunther is going to be retaining. I don't really see them putting the title on Goldberg if this is his last match, his last run. I don't really see that happening. It makes no sense to really give Goldberg that title. But if he got that title, that would be insane. However, we have to think who else is on the card that can lose their match that I just said. Seth freaking Rollins. He is Mr. Money in the Bank. He could cash in at any point. Why not already become the World Heavyweight Champion and take the title off of Gunther? And then ruin Goldberg's like last match in a way with getting not only him losing against Goldberg, but Seth cashing in. I have a feeling it could happen, but also it's maybe a little too soon. He just customized the briefcase, so I think that he wants the briefcase a little bit longer till who knows when. I see Seth Rollins potentially cashing in, but so far I'm going to go with Gunther to win. Now on to Evolution 2, because I absolutely love this match card. First up, we have the Women's World Champion, Io Sky, defending it against Rhea Ripley. So they have been doing a pretty shitty job booking Io Sky. I mean, her last run, she didn't really get booked too many times, which was really shitty because Io Sky is an amazing talent, and I feel like they needed to display that a little bit more, but they don't know how to do that. Now with Rhea, they knew how to do that, like, exquisitely. And so I would love them to have more of an opportunity with Io and build us up a little bit more with the champion, because I feel like that could work. Because I feel like there's so much more potential to give to Io Sky. She's absolutely insane and crazy, and I absolutely fucking love it. She has slowly but surely became one of my favorites ever since that WrestleMania 41 match with Bianca and Rhea. That was just insanely crazy. And then we have Rhea Ripley, literally such a top star in the women's division. Clearly, I'm a fan of Rhea. Rhea, obviously, we know how she is with the title. We know how she is in her matches. There's really nothing to say too much about Rhea that we already don't know how amazingly talented she fucking is in ring and on the mic. Same thing with Io, in ring and on the mic. Like, it's gonna be a crazy match. It's gonna be an insane match. They're gonna be putting on such an absolute crazy match, especially for these two women. I don't think they were at the first Evolution. So to see them at this Evolution, it's going to be insane. So, I don't know. I have a feeling that Rhea's going to take the title because I feel like they can't book Io Sky with that title at all. So, I am going to go with Rhea Ripley to win because I think whoever wins the Battle Royale is going to pick Rhea to defend against. However, if Io does retain, that would be crazy. That would be insane. I would love nothing more, and then maybe Asuka wins the Battle Royale, and then they face off against Clash in Paris. I don't know. That's the concept I'm getting. But my leading pick to win is Rhea Ripley. Next, we have the WWE Women's Champion with the retaining champion, Tiffany Stratton, versus a WWE Hall of Famer, Trish Stratus. This, I feel like, was a match that was probably going to be coming after we got such a good match at Elimination Chamber with the Canadian Queen, Trish Stratus. I feel like this was bound to be coming at some point. I mean, Tiffany loves Trish. Trish loves Tiffany. I feel like this was bound to come. Now, if they put that title on Trish, let's put that concept in there for a second. That would be such a crazy extreme run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that this is Trish's, like, first... I heard this is Trish Stratus, like, first, like, singles run for a title, or like first singles match in WWE since 2006. But here's Tiffany, who literally retained at WrestleMania and she won. Retained at WrestleMania and she won against Charlotte Flair. That's a huge, huge thing for her to be put on there. Then she's having continuous matches, I think, with Jade Cargill, Naomi, Nia Jax, anybody else that's pretty much a top tier women's division on SmackDown. I feel as that the title change is going to be coming soon. I feel like Tiffany is going to retain. And then Naomi is going to cash in on Tiffany. I felt it was coming. It was coming. There's so many ways that this match could go. Number one, Naomi could cash in on Tiffany after Tiffany retains and Trish Stratus loses against Tiffany. I have a feeling that could happen. That's a potential. And then we could end up getting Jade versus Naomi at SummerSlam when Jade and Naomi are already on the card for Evolution. So, I don't know. It could go 50-50. It could be Naomi cashes in and wins. Tiffany just retains. I don't know. I'm going with Tiffany to retain for now because I don't think that Naomi's going to cash in just yet because she just did get, again, like I said with Seth Rollins and his custom briefcase, Naomi just got her custom briefcase. I don't think they're going to cash that in just yet because they want to soak up the glory of the proceed with caution theme of the fucking briefcase. I don't know. So I have a feeling that that's going to be something else. Then moving on, speaking of Naomi, it is going to be Jade Cargill versus Naomi for a no-hold-bare arms. I know little to nothing about wrestling. I had to literally Google of what this is. So Google says a no-hold-bears match is professional wrestling. There's no disqualifications, no countouts, allowing for the use of weapons and outside interferences. Basically, no disqualifications, no countouts, weapons are allowed, outside interferences are permitted, and then winning usually is pinfall, submission, or knockout. So basically it's just, it's like a street fight, maybe. It's maybe like, something else. Who knows? I'm taking a random guess. So that's because I just didn't know what it was. Match. I have no idea what that's even going to mean or understand because I've never understood that term and never heard that term before. It could be interesting. Could be something. But again, kind of lining in what I just said about Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, you know, the match that's going on, what I just said. There could be a chance that Naomi wins, Jade picks up the win, Naomi cashes in on Tiffany. So it's going to kind of lock in with that match particularly because I don't see Naomi cashing in on Io or Rhea. I don't see that happening. I feel like she's really, really wants that title. She's been trying to go for that title, I think, for a year because I remember at Backlash, I think it was last year in France. Such a huge show. Tiffany Stratton was on it, Naomi was on it, and Bayley was the champion at that time. And I think that she really wanted the champion, and then that's how she just kind of kept chasing it. Even when Nia Jax had the title, she was still chasing the title. So to make it a short story, I'm gonna say Jade Cargill is going to win over Naomi. Maybe we're gonna see a cash-in with the Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus match. I have a feeling maybe. I said ever since Naomi won that briefcase that she was most likely gonna cash in at Evolution. Whenever is she going to have another Evolution match to cash in that title because you only have a year and they're not gonna do Evolution 3 literally next year. I don't see that happening. I don't know. I'm gonna just go with Jade Cargill to win just to keep it short and simple because there's so many things aligned with Naomi in this storyline. And so many things held on for SummerSlam because Jade Cargill has a confirmed match against Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. So maybe that's when Naomi's going to cash in. I don't know. But right now, I'm going to go with Jade Cargill to pick up the win. Next, we have a Women's Intercontinental Champion against Lyra Valkyria, Bayley, and the champion, Becky Lynch. This one, I love it all. I love it all because I love all these women. Lyra has grown on me. Becky has been my favorite since day one of me getting into wrestling, and Bayley has also grown for me to love her. We've seen how amazing the match between Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch at Backlash was when Lyra had the title. This is going to be an interesting match, and then adding Bayley into that match, making it a triple threat match, it's going to be so crazy and exciting at the same time. I see this match being huge and crazy and exciting, because we've seen how, again, like I just said, Lyra and Becky had an amazing match at Backlash, had an amazing match also at Money in the Bank, I believe that they had a match. And then Bayley adding into this, I feel like this will be such a great match. However, I don't see Becky really dropping that title. I feel like because she just got that title like a month or two ago. She just got the title a month or two ago, but I do see eventually Bayley taking that title from Becky. I feel like that's just kind of like a no-brainer. But I'm also picturing maybe a Roxanne Perez getting that title at some point. I don't know. Now that Becky is this like heel character, she could cheat to win, because we know some heels, they cheat to win. We all seen it. We all know it. I have a feeling Becky could cheat to win at some point, taking out either Lyra or Bayley, and I am trying to picture how that could go, but I can't really wrap my head around it. Bayley, I eventually see getting that title, just not now. Lyra, she established herself as the first IC Women's Champion. I love nothing more for Lyra to get that title again, but I don't see Becky really dropping that title at some point. So I'm going to go with Becky Lynch to retain. We have the Women's Tag Team Champion with the teams of the Kabuki Warriors, Zaruka, which is Sol Ruka and Zarya. We have Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and then the tag team titles of representing the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. This is gonna be a fucking interesting match. Amazing team. Sol Ruka and Zarya are fucking amazing. I absolutely love them together. The Kabuki Warriors, they bring tag team titles together. This getting them back, Asuka getting back, with Kairi saying this is going to be an amazing title for them, amazing chance for them. I would absolutely love nothing more. Then you have the team that is trying to come together, which is not really in a team, but them being a team together. I absolutely love Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I would love nothing more for them to get that title. I think that they would be amazing for working together. And then you have Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Okay, Roxanne Perez just came up to the main roster, already having that title because Liv Morgan injured. Didn't think that that was going to happen, because I think there was a plan in place. I think there was a plan in place for Liv Morgan and maybe Raquel Rodriguez to defend those titles against the returning Bella twins, Nikki Bella and Brie Bella. Where's Brie Bella? I don't know. So now we have Nikki Bella, but Nikki Bella established herself for the Battle Royale, so that's going to be coming up when I'm going to be talking about that. I see possibly a title change, but I also see possibly them retaining that and losing it at SummerSlam, because I have a theory about SummerSlam for these tag team titles. Sol Ruka, and let me talk about Zarya. I love them as a friendship duo in NXT. I think Sol Ruka is extremely fucking talented. She's the Women's North American Champion. She's going to be defending it that day at Great American Bash, which is crazy. She's going to be doing a whole like double team, and then Zarya being with her. Zarya is insane. Love her matches. She gets highly appraised from Rhea Ripley being another fellow Australian. I would love them I would love them to have that title, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the only women's tag team title in like the whole division, NXT and main roster, which is fucking stupid, honestly. Come on, we need to give the women a little bit more titles. Then you have the Kabuki Warriors. They had that tag team title for a good amount of time. They lost it to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair at Backlash last year, and I think they've been trying to get back together, but Asuka was injured, so now that Asuka is returning and Kairi Sane is also back, I feel like this is a great opportunity to amp up the women's division with those two for the Kabuki Warriors. I feel like that was such a great tag team. I really did like their match, I think at WrestleMania last year, how they were with Dakota Kai. I absolutely love that match that they had with Naomi, Jade, and Bianca. But I have a feeling that maybe it's not their time yet. Yet again, I feel like they're eventually going to get it, but I don't know when. I feel like they're a very high contender because they are actually on this list. Besides the current champions of the tag team, they are the only other tag team on Monday Night Raw besides the Dungeon Dolls, because Natty and Maxine Dupree really haven't established themselves too much as a tag team, because I haven't seen them do any tag team stuff except for main event. So I don't really see the Kabuki Warriors getting this either. Then that leaves Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Okay, Alexa Bliss has came back. She's really established herself. I'm still waiting for the day Alexa Bliss comes in and does something with the Wyatt Six, because it's just right there. It's right there, people. When will that happen? I don't know. I would love nothing more for that to happen. But the time will come, I guess, when we're patient and ready. Charlotte Flair, coming back from an injury, had a huge WrestleMania moment with Tiffany Stratton, won the Royal Rumble. She's not giving no fucks. And that's kind of what I like about Charlotte. Like, she kind of gives, like, no fucks about anything that's, like, happening or been, like, going on. Her having this little pairing duo match with Alexa Bliss would be pretty cool for her to have. I don't think I've ever seen Charlotte with the tag team titles. I know Alexa has been a tag team title champion. I know that she has. I see them finally maybe working together strongly. Not winning, but strongly. Roxanne Perez, I didn't really see her being with the Judgment Day until Finn Balor started, like, making it a huge deal to have Roxanne in there. That also intervenes with Liv Morgan in a way, because we all know Finn Balor at this moment, okay? He was called the Demon for a reason. We all fucking know how Finn Balor is when he's the Demon. And there's been signs everywhere around the clubhouse how there could be Demon Finn coming back out. I would love nothing more. That was great title. We also see how Raquel is kind of like, oh, I don't know, like, if I could trust Roxanne because I really miss my bestie, Liv Morgan, and blah, blah, blah. Like, we don't know how this is going to go because we need them to be on the same page. Hopefully they're on the same page. Hopefully they can do this. So, I don't know. I have a feeling that they could retain, but also I see potentially Charlotte and Alexa winning that title, because I feel like Charlotte and Alexa are going to try as their hardest to be an established tag team. I feel like that would be really cool. But if Roxanne and Raquel retain, then this is my theory for SummerSlam. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, they take these titles to SummerSlam. Let's say that's where is SummerSlam held? New Jersey. Who is from New Jersey? Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan makes a huge return at MetLife Stadium with these tag teams. She's going to be like, oh my god, why is Roxanne holding my title? Why is she part of the Judgment Day when I was so skeptic about her? And blah, 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 blah. Dominic is there. Dominic cheats on Liv Morgan. And the same thing that happened at SummerSlam that I seen last year happens this year yet again. Roxanne and Raquel retaining and saving something huger for SummerSlam because it is held in New Jersey. Maybe Liv's going to return by then. Maybe she's going to be like, oh, thanks for holding my title and blah, blah, blah. Then there's going to be a one-on-one match to see who gets the tag team title. I don't know. And then that kind of plays into what happened at SummerSlam last year with Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio. That's what I'm thinking. So, but final deal, I think Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez are going to retain. Next, we have an NXT women's match, which is fucking amazing, and I absolutely love nothing more of it. And this title is going to be defended also against at Slammiversary for TNA. I went to a TNA show, and I saw Jacy Jayne there kind of go like a mic promo with Marsha Slamovich. I want to say that that's how I'm saying her name. I absolutely love the show when I went. If you guys want to see a behind the scenes of TNA wrestling, I kind of have something on my TikTok about that. If you want to hear it, let me know in the comments below. But this match is also going to be there, and we know how Jordynne Grace is a former TNA Women's Champion. We also know how Jacy Jayne took this title off of Stephanie Valkyrie before she went to the main roster. So, I don't know. I kind of see Jacy Jayne retaining TNA wrestling at Slammiversary. So, I see Jacy Jayne retaining. I know that it's going to be an insane match because, hello, Jordynne fucking Grace is amazing and I absolutely love her. I see Jacy Jayne retaining in this because I don't know how they would feel about having Jordynne Grace return to TNA with that title to face off against Marsha Slamovich when Marsha and Jordynne, they're really great besties. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I mean, it'd be interesting if Jordynne did get that title. I would love nothing more. But knowing Jacy Jayne and her crew, she's going to have fatal influence with her, and I don't know who Jordynne's going to have. Probably nobody. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But I see Jacy Jayne retaining. Now to end it, which I hope would be the main event. I'm hoping to God that this is the main event. It is going to be a battle royale, and whoever wins gets a title championship match at Clash in Paris, which won't be till like the end of August. So this is gonna be an interesting match. So it's like an opposite of the Royal Rumble. It's a battle royale. So I think you just start off with 30 or 20 women in the match. And there's gonna be 6 NXT women that are going to be in that champion, which is fucking amazing. Lash Legend, Jada Parker, Tatum Paxley, Izzy Dom, and I think Jordan Grace, or I could be wrong. Oh, Lola Vice, that's the other one. So there's gonna be 6 NXT women, and then there's gonna be a lot of main roster women on there. So I see like a Zelina Vega, I see a Julia probably in there. Nikki Bella confirmed herself to be in there. Ivy Nile confirmed herself to be in there. So many other women, so I feel like maybe Scarlett will finally see in there. Natalia, Maxine Dupree, so many other women that we really rarely see on TV that need to be on TV. Put them in this match. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. Maybe a returning Brie Bella. Maybe even a fucking Paige would return. That's my other theory, okay? I feel like Paige could return. I also have a feeling that Paige could return, just enter herself in this battle royale. Anybody that doesn't pretty much have a match, I feel like they are going to be in this, besides the people that are already confirmed to be in it. But now the person who I think is going to win. This is very, very challenging and very hard, okay? I have lowered it down to probably about 3 different people. First one, I think it's kind of like the obvious one, which is Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella, I feel like she wants to have a huge return as having what she did like a month ago. She returned to Monday Night Raw, had like a little promo with Liv Morgan, and then we see how that happened. Liv Morgan got injured, which I feel like scrapped an idea, and so I feel like now this Battle Royale came into play because of that. So I think that Nikki Bella could potentially win, go on to have that match at Clash in Paris, and maybe defend it against Tiffany, Naomi, and or Rhea Ripley, or Io Sky in this division now versus when she was in that division then. Is going to be crazy of a match. So I feel like Nikki Bella could have a really great run with that title if she won it, or if not, maybe she just would have a small run. Who knows? So Nikki Bella is a potential like winner. Another one I say is Stephanie Vaquer. I feel like she's just destined to have a title at some point. Her going up against Io Sky. I feel like we've been wanting that because I remember after WrestleMania and after Stand and Deliver, you know, I think Stephanie was the NXT Women's Champion at that point. Io Sky retained her champion. They had a little bit of a match, but then it got interrupted by Rhea Ripley, Julia, and Roxanne Perez. So I feel like if they put this match on there, I feel like Stephanie could have a potential of having a huge pop and a huge success. I would love nothing more for Stephanie to win. I think that she's extremely talented, and I see any of those women really going against her and having a banger of a match. So those are my leading picks to win. If I could pick somebody to win, I'm gonna go with Nikki Bella. I feel like it's just a very strong choice, but I'm also gonna be more leaning towards Stephanie Vaquer because she's on the roster now. She could have an amazing title run. We've seen what she did with the NXT Women's Champion. I would love nothing more. But that is all my predictions. This was a huge fucking list for Evolution 2 and for Saturday Night Main Event. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your bell notification, that way you know when I upload. I would love nothing more. And, you know, then again, who knows? Paige could return. I feel like maybe that could be ending the show. Paige having a huge pop-off, a huge return. I still don't think AJ Lee is going to be returning. There's no way of that. And if that happened when I was not there, oh, get ready for another crash out video to honestly come. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye.